What's up, Sagittarius? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead, starting April 28th, 2025. Sagittarius, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. Definitely appreciate you. The deck that I am using will be listed in the description box, of course. And what else do I need to say? Just going to cleanse and shuffle the energies from doing Scorpio's messages, and we shall begin with your messages. All right, so what is the potential energy here for Sagittarius? What is coming up for Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius have to look forward to? All right, give it a cut here, and we're starting. Not reading reversals. We'll clarify if I need to. First card in energy, we're going to start off with the King of Cups. Okay, so the King of Cups here, basically, sorry about that, Sagittarius. It's like no matter when I start these videos, it's always get interruptions by text messages or phone calls. King of Cups, father of all love, nurturing, caring, and supportive. Okay. Definitely pay attention to your intuition. He is helpful in making sure that you are, anything that's going on for you, that's important for you, that you are doing what is going to be best for you moving forward. All right. So this is male energy, of course. So it could be any Sagittarius male that sees the video. Could be the females. It could be your boyfriend, your husband, your brother, your uncle, your um, grandfather, and so forth. Very loving, very caring, very supportive. To receive this card, because it's in a group of cards that I always say, if it shows up in your spread, then that means that some of you are already benefiting from that emotional connection, whether it be your romantic partnership, your family, or your platonic friends. It also could be co-workers. Following the King of Cups, now we have the Devil. Now, Sagittarius, when the Devil shows up here, it's force of energy here where we need to discuss, bring up to the surface about those things that are troubling to us, that we're still having some sort of struggle with. Now, this could be your own, bad habits, personal bad habits. Could be any forms of toxicity. I always talk about that. And the toxic energy could be in dealing with other people, relationships. It could be your community. It could be your work environment. Because the devil is always casting that energy out there. It's never any good energy. Maybe there's something that you're doing in a repetitive state that is not healthy for you. I always, in the past mentioned FWBs. I'm not going to get into a great length in explaining that. Friends with benefits is just not a non-healthy relationship because it really prevents you from forming, um, long-term healthy relationships. Any types of addictions, drinking, your own, drinking, smoking, gambling, throw in pornography, excessive pornography, unrequited love. But we want to break whatever the hold of this devil has casted out onto us. Okay, this could be obsessing over something or someone. This could be, now when it comes to this obsession, I'm sorry, it could be that you're working too much, that you're putting a lot of energy and time into your work, and then what's suffering here could be social life, romantic life, family life, because the devil is drawing you into your work. That seems to be more important than anything else going on. All right, so yeah, that's the devil. Usually when the devil shows up here, that's what it's showing up here for us to dive into what is creating or what is something, that we're doing that's repetitive that we need to snap and release ourselves from. There's no need for me to throw a clarifier on that because there's so many things that could be going on. One card is not going to be specific for everybody. So when the devil shows up here, you know what you're already dealing with, right? You know what needs to be worked on and taken care of. Following the devil here for you, Sagittarius, now we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is detaching your energies momentarily from those things that you have become attached to. That could be your job, the devil. And then that also could be, personal relationships, taking a break for yourself, Sagittarius, regrouping, rejuvenating, replenishing. doing those things exclusively for you. Maybe in the form of reclaiming your independence, refining your happiness on your own, not those things that you have become attached to that create your happiness for you, because we have to be responsible for our own personal happiness. For some of you, this could be planning a trip in the future. If we get a movement card, then you could be not only planning this trip, but executing, taking that trip during this week's time. All right, so this is actually quieting your mind, resting your mind, sort of. Now we have the okay, so we got the Queen of Wands. This is you. All right, so you're focused on something or someone. You're going after whatever it is that you're focused on. This is fiery, passionate, intensity, great energy. So feeling all kinds of dynamism here with this Queen of Wands. This would be you. So there may be something that you're focused on, and particularly this week, and you're going after it. It could be a relationship, it could be a new job, it could be almost anything. Also, too, the Queen of Wands, for any Sagittarius that I'm reading for that is creative or artistic, she always sends in that energy to help you along the way with your creative pursuits, right? Black cat. Yeah, I just had, oh, that's a long story, another story, but somebody probably owns a black cat or wants a black cat. Anyway, up next is the powerful major arcana, the Chariot. So this is important here, Sagittarius, um, because the Chariot represents a couple things. And first and foremost, it mirrors over here to the King of Cups. So relationship wise, if you thought that, had some sort of considerations about your relationships, if you were, particularly in a romantic relationships, it's going in the right direction. Then also to the aspect of the Chariot is that, for others, you're moving towards something positive, or that energy is moving towards you. Again, the skyline in the back, you may be traveling. This is the travel card that I just mentioned. If it shows up here, then you could be traveling, planning a trip and traveling during this week's time. And here it mirrors over here to the Four of Swords. And then the skyline in the background to another city. Now, it could be a city that's not too far from you, but it's in a different location or different area. If you are going to travel, whether it's for vacation, work-related matters, you're going to be safe to and from. Now, we haven't drawn any pentacles here, but I always have to throw in that the Chariot still would represent someone could be considering purchasing a vehicle. Doesn't necessarily have to be a new vehicle. And also, too, there could be some instances of Sagittarians having to deal with vehicle repairs, major or minor. However, I equate this Chariot with, of course, the Star card, the other major arcana. So whatever it is that you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for, Sagittarius, may manifest for you, right? Social media and social networking, all the things associated with that star falls into play. You could meet somebody famous. Anything involving your own psychic energy could be enhanced or developed. Um, what else did I need to say? I did say social media, social networking, right? All right, so you just don't want to be this Sagittarius that gets behind the wheel of any source of vehicles, disregard the speed limit, because, no matter how positive this card is, I always get the feeling that someone is disregarding speed limits and stuff and end up with a moving violation. So be careful there. Up next, now we have a Eight of Cups here. So this is a no drama week for Sagittarius. Usually the Eight of Cups here I represent, or it represents for me, no drama. So you already dealt with something here, and it's what's you're leaving behind you. Okay, that's why your back is to the cups. So I don't typically read the Eight of Cups from the description in the LWB, because I come up with my own stuff. The back is to the cups. It may not have been 8 emotional things that you dealt with, Sagittarius. Could have been just one thing. But whatever energy that you dealt with, you don't want to deal with it, or it's come to some sort of wrap or resolve, and you're moving forward. All right. So this is a no drama week for Sagittarius. Now we have the major arcana, the Tower. Okay. So the thing about this Tower, um, Somebody had thrown in the comments, and it was interesting though, and I, had to reconsider some of the things that I've been saying about the tower, because it just, when it comes to the shock element and destruction, some people have written that the tower could also be something in a form of good luck, you know. Someone saying money coming to them or something very shocking. Well, still would fall into the category of shocking if you got an unexpected windfall. Yeah, that would be shocking. So that I can understand that. So I, don't doubt that. And again, I'm not going to throw a clarifier on the tower just to figure out, one single thing that could be going on here. It could be a lot of things. This is uncontrollable energy. But you do have the fortune of the chariot here that's going to, and part of that star card energy that's going to take down the source of the tower's energy for you. If it's something that's personally going to affect or impact you. Now, because I had said this before in the last video, I don't know which sign that I read for, when the tower and the chariot was present, that on the side of the star, we're going to hear about someone very famous passing. Okay. And I think the previous week was, I had mentioned that we're going to hear about someone very famous passing, and that ended up being the Pope. Um, and then there were a few other people that made the headlines that were world known or whatever in the past. So we'll hear again about someone passing, and that could be in any capacity. And I only say any capacity just to cover my bases, because I can't single out, and it could be male or female, right? And they could come from any, when I say capacity, it could be a star, singer, they could be an actor, or just someone who is just world renowned. All right, so outside of that here, the shock factor here could be important for those Sagittarians, because it sits underneath that devil. Maybe it shocks you to snap out of whatever cyclic thing that you have been doing, repetitive thing that you have been doing. So that might work for you. And others, it just, take it for what it is. It could be the weather, it could be anything disturbing um, related to this current administration, and all the things that are being implicated here. I know that I don't read as much, but I see it, and it is current that they are doing still mass deportations, and so the shock thing would be that I just saw or come across where a woman was deported back to Cuba, and she had just given birth to a newborn, and her baby's here because she was breastfeeding the baby. Now the baby, because it's not getting the breast milk, is now hospitalized. So that creates some sort of devastation. You separate the mom from the child. Um, so yeah, all of that stuff is going on. Even though we're not seeing it or hearing it as much. So mass deportations are still taking place, breaking up families, creating all kinds of chaos and confusion. The tower could also represent earthquakes. So, yeah, I did say the weather, right? But earthquakes, anything shocking, anything shocking. Okay. All right. So following the tower here, enough of that. We have and there's another card that's going to take down the tower's energy. We have the Empress. So Sagittarius, the Empress is going to greatly affect or impact that tower as well. This on its own, though, still would represent there's pregnancy news around you, Sagittarius, someone giving childbirth. Underneath the Four of Swords could be, for some Sagittarians that I'm reading for, again, when you have to detach your energy, reclaiming your independence, wanting to replenish and rejuvenate. This is the card that I always read, along with the Temperance card. If you get that, the which is your own energy, um refocusing the energies, bringing the energies back into yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs, your wants, nourishing, replenishing, beautifying, could be internal, external, always throwing hairdresser appointments and whatnot, um anything with terms of modifications of diet, exercising, anything that will improve your overall health. Okay, that is the Empress card. So there is also something that is growing. possibly around you. They could be new, something developing or expanding. This could be also Mother Nature in terms of representation. So you could be just spending some times outdoors enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. All right. This is loving yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, knowing the value of everything around you and what it means to you and what it means to other people. All right. Up next, now we have the Magician, another major arcana that's definitely going to take on the positive end. Um, and the positive end mirrors over here to the Tower. So, manifesting wants and desires, whatever it is that you are trying to manifest to bring into your life, it sits underneath the Goddess of Wands, the Queen of Wands. That's your own energy. So, it could be a stronger emphasis of that passion and that intensity of whatever it is that you want to create, Sagittarius, to bring into your life and to make it happen. Okay, so if you're in the form of prayers, mantras, affirmations, do so. Stay in alignment with it, throw it out there to the universe or whoever it is, your higher source of who you pray to. Leave it alone. Okay, go on about your business and just believe. You have to have faith and believe that whatever you want or desire to occur or manifest is going to come to you. All right. On the negative end here, Sagittarius, I still have to read. And again, it's underneath the core card that there's people that you need to be careful of or mindful of. This is strangers. This is, of course, family members, friends, could be romantic partners. These people that I'm talking about on the negative end are good in terms of manipulation, extraction, okay? Always trying to control. So know the difference, all right? When someone is, trying to do these things to you or, pull the wool over your eyes. Following the Magician here for you, Sagittarius, we have the King of Swords. King of Swords here is major actions and decisions that you may undergo this week. Already possibly have communicated, cleared the energy up. Now you know what you're going for. Great deal of determination. There's no stopping you. All right. So there is something major that you're about to do this week. Additional messages. All right. The Knight of Pentacles. So this could be, this is one of my financial independent cards. So either you're financially independent or you're striving to be. For others, this could be a job offer. This could be a promotion. This could be anything involving any sources of, businesses, contracts, your money looking good. Your money could be on solid ground or it's moving to solid ground. Following the Nine of Pentacles here, now you have this. Now you have the blessings of the sun. Okay, so now the major arcana of the sun is here. Along with this tower, I always get, mark my word, I always get, we will experience power outages, blackouts. It could be anything involving electronics mishaps. Okay, that's what I'm seeing in terms of that connection with the tower. But enough about that. This is the most powerful card in the tarot deck. Okay, the sun is all about happiness. It's all about success. It's all about childlike energy. For some Sagittarians that I'm reading for, it could be that you work in the industry of the health field or healthcare. Traveling wise, you could be traveling to Florida, California, or somewhere else that's warm, sunny, and welcoming. Okay, feeling very, very energized here. The sun comes in to help heal in all areas. So, could be helpful here with the devil. Emotional, physical, mental healing could be taking place. And also, too, the sun throws in blessings. Yes, the answer to any question that you pose to yourself, Sagittarius. Wow. All right. So that is the major arcana of the sun. Nothing can go wrong. And like I said, this is the health card, so you could be just going through, for some Sagittarius that I'm reading for, could be just going through normal medical exams or checkups this week, right? All laboratory information, testing, x-rays, that all falls underneath the sun's energy. Last card I have for you is the major arcana, the judgment. All right, so the judgment also too is here to spiritually watch over you and protect you. So it will shield you from the force of the tower's energy. If it's some type of energy that's felt on a personal level, and what's hidden in the dark comes to the light. Some things that you discover about yourself, Sagittarius, I always say that you didn't know before. Could be positive, could be negative. On the negative end, still could be having any types of connection to the devil. Some things that you discover about others that you didn't know before, again, attached to the devil. Yeah, so the judgment oftentimes is what I refer to as the awakening card, so the woke card. So it may be because we have the King of Swords here that you move forward and something that you may have. I don't like to use the word slept on or whatever. I just feel that it was something that may not have been good in terms of your timing. Maybe the timing wasn't right for you to move forward with something. So I do see you possibly having to move forward with this energy, whatever that may be for you. All right. So this is what I have for you. And also, to keep in mind before I close, this is still a card that represents karma. So energies of what you put in out there, good or bad, is going to come back to you tenfold. So always stay positive as much as you can, not only towards yourself, but and towards others, and you shouldn't have any problems. All right, so Sagittarius, I'm gonna wrap this up. This is what I have for you for this week. Remember, it's just me interpreting these messages here. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, just subscribe to my channel. Have a safe, great week. Always throw an extra word of safety and caution here with the tower's presence in your spread. Not to fear, not to be paranoid. Just be vigilant. Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Sagittarius. And I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.